There we go. We are live on another live episode of Strange Oddities Podcast. Hope you guys enjoyed my new video intro that I played for you guys. I made it short and sweet to the point to get all that, not subscribe nonsense out of the way so that we can get right to the guests as soon as possible. But guys, as always, we can't hear ourselves live, so if there's any issues, any audio problems, video problems, let me know. Give me a shout. There's a chat. If you have questions, feel free to shoot me a message in the chat during the show. Please subscribe on YouTube if you haven't already. Guys, we're actually up to 255 subscribers in just under 70 episodes. So I'm really grateful and extremely thankful for all the new subscribers. Thank you so much for subscribing to the show and just tuning in every week. We try to have unique guests every week, and if I don't, then there's no show. But it'll be boring to listen to myself talk. So I rather have a guest and entertain you guys. That's what it's about. This is about exploring the horizons of your mind and entertainment and beyond. That's the tagline and the premise of the show. You never know who's going to be on the Strange Oddities podcast. So without further delay, guys, if you're into the supernatural, if you're into the paranormal, if you like electronic voice phenomena captures, with paranormal investigator, one of the most common things that we catch on paranormal investigations is what you call EVP, electronic voice phenomena. Also entails a technique and style way of investigating called ITC. ITC is a broad way of style of investigating. It's called instrumental transcommunication. That's what it stands for. ITC. It can utilize audio, video, all different types of devices that kind of instrument with any kind of audio with video and just like audio, video with audio capability, if that makes any sense. So I have two very cool guests from Brazil. I have Simone Santos and her husband, if I remember his name correctly, I hope I don't ruin his name, Brian, is with her to help with their their translation because they're from Brazil. So they're here to help their communication here for the show. So I want to bring them in. They're from Seattle and they do have a website. We'll explain all that later, but we want to get into the Claus Schreiber method. I'm going to go ahead and bring these guys in. Hey guys, how are you?
Hi, how are you doing?
I got your name right, I hope. Brian, right?
Correct.
All right, cool. I was afraid to mess it up because I have guests every week and I communicate with a lot of people, so it's like names are tough to keep track of. But welcome to Strange Oddities Podcast. I'm humbled that you could be on the show. Video ITC is a specialty of ITC in general. We can get a little bit into what it is, how you guys got started. We're going to get a little bit into who Claus Schreiber is, what his method entails. You follow his work and his footsteps and his notes as well as I do. I'm slowly getting into it myself. I'm kind of a newbie at it. I just got into it recently, so I'm not, an expert in it. But you guys have a lot more experience in it than I do. How about you guys tell our listeners and viewers a little bit about yourselves first and how you got involved?
Yeah.
Sure.
Whoever wants to go first. Ladies
first. So, first of all, thanks for having us in the show. Okay. So, I would say that we started with the method 10 years ago.
Yeah.
We started with first we started with audio. Then after a year, we learned about the Claus Schreiber method, and we decided to experiment with this with his technique of connecting the camera in the TV and creating that video loop. Okay, and in the beginning we started to see some formations not very accurate. But we were very persistent and we had a lot of patience. And over time, we started to see real cool images, even videos forming, showing entities forming in the TV, going coming to the screen, and coming out of the screen. So, and then that intrigued us a lot, and then we started to try it out more. And after 10 years, right, we do this for 10 years. We develop it a little bit more on terms of on top of the technique. Our school is still Carl Schreiber, but I would say it's a little bit different than what he used to do in terms of lamps, in terms of the way we connect to the cameras. But it's a derivation or deviation of the Carl Schreiber method.
Sure. Yeah. And I love that you've been doing this for around 10 years or so. And, that's one of the key things that we kind of talked about in private conversation, that one of the most important things with ITC, and especially, audio and video, is the consistency and,
Correct.
staying on top of it with the use of your own style and method, implementing your techniques. Like you said, you've changed it up a little bit. If you guys don't mind, real quick, I would like to tell our viewers and listeners exactly what instrumental transcommunication is and who Klaus Schreiber is. I'll go through this real quick for everybody, and then we're going to get into some really cool stuff. Brian and his wife Simone actually shared some of their really cool captures, during their experiments, and we're going to share that with our viewers and listeners tonight. And I think that's awesome that we're going to do that, because let me just say how excited I am about them, because they are so wild. It's crazy some of the things you guys have gotten, and people are going to go like, wow. Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah, it is. So, all right. So, guys, ITC, all right, it stands for Instrumental Transcommunication. It
Yes.
refers to methods that use audio and video equipment to obtain recordings that some believe demonstrate communication from deceased persons, ghosts, or other entities. One
Yes.
example of ITC is, like I mentioned, electronic voice phenomena, which is
Yeah.
one of the most common things that are captured
Mhm.
through paranormal research. Another method that has been developed in recent years involves techniques for making video recordings, like what Brian and Simone get into, that may include unexplained images or faces or figures.
Mhm. Yes.
Such methods are known as video instrumental transcommunication, or video ITC. Now,
Yes.
Klaus Schreiber, the Schreiber method, known to many, involves a video camera, a video recorder, and a TV. And all three are connected and looped. He was one of the first, I believe, one of the first to implement the looping method. Uh,
Yeah.
right. He started it in the early 1980s, and he's a German researcher. I believe he does have some books and information available, but it's all in
Yeah.
German. I can't read German.
Oh,
um,
I don't know.
yeah, go ahead. So,
But
Yeah, we can't, unfortunately, we can't read German.
yeah,
Either.
yeah.
So it was interesting the way we got introduced to the method. It was in a very old article in a forum that we saw. I
Right.
even bought one of his books in German, but I tried to read it, but it was a complete
Yeah.
fail.
Right.
Yeah.
If you know someone who knows German fluently, you can do that. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
Trying, but
yeah,
I understand the technique. This is
Yeah.
most important.
Yes, but by looking, so in my case, I'm a technical person, so I'm an engineer,
Yeah.
electronic engineer by formation. So
cool.
when I saw the wireframes in the book of the way he connect things, it was easy for me to translate those figures and those diagrams in practical connections. Okay. And based on that, we had the setup done. It was very straightforward, very simple setup, although we did not use the 100% of the hardware that he used to use, right?
Right.
So we went digital. We did not use the signal amplifiers that he used in the original diagrams,
Mm-hmm.
but we kind of mimicked the setup.
Mhm.
And then we started playing with that setup. I would say that Karl Schreiber, at the time he did that, he was a genius in doing that,
Yeah.
because the way he connected things was very particular and very specific. And it's very easy for us to copy what he did, but he invented that method.
Mhm.
And for him to connect the hardware in the way he connected, it was very new for the time.
Right.
Because it's a connection that, if you think from a a video cameraman, or someone who wants to watch a TV,
Right.
it's a connection that doesn't make sense. Okay, but exactly for what he did, it worked perfectly.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. I know that he used an video amplifier
Yes.
in order to bridge his connection. And I know, like, that's one of the things we talked about. That's one thing you don't use. I don't use it either. I find, it doesn't help. I'm sure it does somewhat, but I'm trying to stay away from as many extra add-ons or connections, like, to stay away from any kind of interference.
Yeah.
If you want
It's
to
very important.
explain it that way.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes.
Yeah.
Correct.
Right.
But he used the video amplifier mostly because he used it to use a Betamax video recorder, which is very specific from one brand, but his cameras were not from the same brand. So there was an incompatibility between the cameras he was using and the video recorder.
Okay.
That's why he amplified a little bit the signal, just to have a better input from that video recorder into the cameras.
Okay. Yeah. That makes sense. Yeah. But if you use the same equipment all abroad, or the same brand model, I guess you can
You can
kind of skip
you
that.
don't
Yeah.
need the amplifier.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Because all the you know the imagery and everything you catch will kind of be on the same broad. Like,
Yes.
it'll be
And
somewhat the same.
another issue that happened by the time is that there were different formats of video recorders by the time. There was a VHS, it was a Betamax, and it was even other types. And
Yeah.
because there were all these types and all these incompatibilities between those hardware,
Yeah.
those um, amplifiers were needed. Right now, if
Yeah.
you think about nowadays, right, that we have only one format and one type of interface, which can be either RCA or HDMI, for example.
Right.
Everything should fit naturally, independently of
Yeah.
the manufacturer or the format. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. I can't imagine the difficulty that he had back then. Because, like, yeah,
I-
because the technology wasn't there yet, and like you said, VHS was just starting to come out. People were still using film and 8 millimeter and all that stuff. So, the type of cabling and the bridge connections that he had to implement, I'm sure were, and the fact that he still captured those images with all that equipment involved, to me, is amazing.
Yeah.
To me too. I
Yeah.
mean, if it were me at that time, I would not even know how to start.
Yeah.
To be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, What do you guys like doing better now? Like, do you still do audio, or do you just stick with video now?
We do both.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah, we do both. I would say that we invest a little bit more in video. Okay. Just because it aligns more with our research, but we also do a lot of audio.
Okay.
Because sometimes you only doing the video without having an audio backing it up. It's a little bit odd.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I understand. What I'm trying to do in my method, and I'll share this with everybody if they want to try it, but I'm trying to also capture any EVPs that come through the video, because I want to see if, like, not only are they trying to form an image, but it'd be great to, see if they're verbally communicating, or have some kind of audible communication with those images at the same time. So I'm trying to use different forms of, whether it be direct radio voice or, some kind of radio transmission, like with, the spirit boxes that are out there. But I want to use, I'm using built-in radio devices that are with old style TVs. So there's no station, there's no digital interference whatsoever.
Yeah.
I want to stay away from that.
Yeah. Nothing
Correct.
Correct.
I personally modified all of the TVs in the lab.
Yeah.
To turn it off completely any radio frequency circuit on them.
Yeah.
So they work more as I would say deaf monitors, because they don't listen for any signal, only the signal that comes from the cable. Yeah.
Right. That's true.
And something like that.
Yes.
For interfere.
Yes.
Right. The reason I went the old style TV, because I thought maybe, my idea behind that was to use the pure static white noise coming from those type of devices, so that, there wouldn't be digital audible interference, and it would just be like pure white static.
Yeah.
So yeah, we do
my fingers, but
we use also an old style TV.
Right.
It's a cathode tube TV, similar to the one you have, and a digital TV, right? One besides the other. So basically, the core of the loop we do in the old style TV, and we only use the second TV to recapture the image. So that's part of the modifications that we did over the original Klaus Schreiber method.
Cool.
Yeah.
The name is cross video feedback loop.
It's
like
because we just cross two cameras again. We use in fact instead of two cameras, we use three cameras, and basically we have two cameras pointing to one TV, and one camera capturing the signal from the LED TV. Yeah.
Very cool. Very cool. I'm gonna share our first thing that you sent us. I'm gonna show our audience the lab setup that you guys have, which I think is like awesome.
Yeah.
I don't really have the means to be able to do that right now, because I live in an apartment, and like I don't have my own laboratory to like close everything off and make sure there's absolutely no reflection, and that is tightly sealed off from everything. But hey, let me try this. I'm gonna try this. Hang on, just bear with me, guys.
Sure.
I share this with everybody. Hopefully, I get this working. All right. All right. No. Okay, that ain't gonna work. Okay. You guys can still see me, right?
Yes. Correct.
All right. That is that. There we go. All right. Now I should be able to. All right. Get ready for it. You guys ready for it?
Sure.
I am. Can you see it?
Correct.
You're correct.
Yeah.
This is
All
good.
right. I did it. Look at that, guys. All right. Do you guys want to explain a little bit what's going on here for our viewers and listeners, what they're looking at?
So on your left, you see a regular TV. It's an old style TV.
Okay, right here.
And we have on the right the big LED TV.
Okay.
We use two cameras pointing to the old style TV.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And we have also one third camera pointing to the LED TV. So basically, what we do is we recapture the loop from the small TV into the big TV, and we record the image of the big TV.
Okay.
Okay, so we use a set of different lamps than the original ones Carl Schreiber used to use. He used to use black bulbs.
Mm-hmm.
We use one infrared bulb and two red bulbs, and we also have, if you see in the mid left part of the picture, you see
Right here.
like two arms
Okay.
coming out. Those
here.
arms are like they are full spectrum LEDs. One a blue full spectrum used for aquariums, and
Nice.
the other is a yellow full spectrum used to grow plants.
Cool.
So we all those both LEDs, they are you can fine tune their intensity and the color.
Yes.
So they have special filters applied to it.
Nice.
So we play with them to get the best images. So typically that's how we do.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, because it's explained by Klaus Schreiber and many other ITC researchers that I think one of the things that they got from is the original idea was the skull experiment. If anybody's familiar with the skull experiment, right, in England, that's where it originated. It was also, I believe, late 70s, early 80s as well,
Yes.
when they first started the skull experiment. And they were experimenting with kind of studying psychic mediums in a laboratory environment and using scientific methods and implemented the scientific methods along with experimenting with the psychic medium in environments like this. So they had like the room completely blacked out, and they also used infrared light, like pure infrared lighting, different types of lighting such as ultraviolet light, and different things like that. But from my understanding, the spirits also communicated with them and told them which kind of things to use to better communicate through them and with them, of what style of lighting to use, which I think is really cool because we do that as researchers. Sometimes we say, like we were talking in private conversation and saying, is example A better for you, or is example B better for you, or is example C better for you? Please let me know which one you like better to communicate back with us. Do you guys do that same thing?
Yeah. So we do a lot of experimentation, okay, and try to adjust lights, positioning things in the lab in ways that we can communicate better.
Right.
So yeah,
and then I believe the lights is very important for these, helps a lot for this image appear.
Yeah.
And the lamps and the lights is the most important in this research, believe me. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, the lighting is very important. We don't know what the reason is. We can't, say for sure to everybody like why that is, but it just seems that it helps enhance the results. And if you get better results using that type of lighting for them, then that's, how can you just, say no to that?
correct.
Yeah, and I believe the certain form the spiritual manipulate these lights
Right.
for try to form these images, these trans
Yeah.
images. Uh, I believe this happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Maybe it's a hypothesis, but
Hmm.
maybe
Yes, I agree.
for the school this
Yeah,
experiment.
yeah. The other thing is, one of the theories is that, I
Hmm.
guess in a way, are they using forms of light to manifest or
Yeah,
to,
yeah,
form whatever energy that they form into, and that or something that the light gives them the energy to make a
yeah.
manifestation.
I believe, totally believe in that.
Yeah. So, because again, like we use this equipment because they say we don't see things with the naked human eye, right? So
Mhm.
it would make a lot of sense to use that.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes,
Yeah,
correct.
My
correct.
experience make total sense.
So yeah, absolutely. So I want to share another picture with everybody because you
Sure.
gave me one other one that is from your lab. I will get the other one going here. Give me one sec.
Sure.
Close that. Um, okay, here we go. I'm getting a hang of it. All right, here we go. And this is the other picture.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is you want to explain to everybody what's going on here?
Sure.
It's just
So
the other side, I
Yeah,
guess.
the other.
yeah. So this is basically this is to highlight the light setups.
Hmm.
So as you can see, we have one infrared um, lamp that's behind the large TV. And we have literally red lamps, not infrared, just regular
Yeah.
red lamps in front of the TV. And this picture is just one single video loop. So it would be not exactly a cross video loop, as you can see, it's only one camera
Right.
capturing the loop from the regular old TV.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
As you also can see, we have foil paper on the
Mhm.
back of the TV and also on the side.
Yeah, like right here.
Exactly. And
Right.
this foil paper, we found it that it's quite important because it helps reflecting the light.
Wow.
It doesn't affect the video loop itself because it's a closed box between the TV and the camera, but it amplifies the lighting in the room because it reflects this light in literally everywhere. That's why you can see that the picture is reddish because it's literally the foil paper just reflecting the whole life, the
Right.
whole light across the room. Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, I can understand that because let's just say for example, if you capture something and you have a reflection, it will distort your image, and then they can argue, well, what's the source of that interference or distortion is from outside of the TV, so therefore you'd have to throw that out because
Yeah. Yeah.
Correct.
Correct. Yeah.
yeah. So I'm with you. I'm on the same page. All right. So we'll share some captures in a little bit.
Mhm.
If anybody's tuning in late, guys, we're with Brian and Simone Santos. They're from Seattle, Washington area, and they're from Brazil. They're video ITC researchers, and they follow the Klaus Schreiber method. You can easily access any information about Klaus Schreiber. It's everywhere on the internet. You can Google it. He comes up, right away. Just look up Klaus Schreiber method, video ITC. I'm actually looking at a website which I'll give them credit for because that's where I read it from. They have some really good background on video ITC and Klaus Schreiber himself. It's called psychicscience.org. Is where I got that info from. So if you want to check out more about Klaus Schreiber, he's got a really unique background. I'm really fascinated on his technology that he used because this was so long ago. Like early 80s, technology was just starting to boom, and like we were saying earlier in the show, and able to connect those types of equipment, I couldn't imagine the difficulty or trying to connect things and figure things out. You'd have to be an engineer in a way.
Yeah.
True.
So
Right?
yeah, a lot.
So, but he does have books out there, like I said. But if you can read German, feel free. You know
Yeah.
somebody who reads German, I would recommend his books because he actually wrote his entire method in those books. So if you can
Yeah.
get a translator, you can learn everything right there. So, but yeah, this is awesome. So I want to get into now some of the captures. If I bring them up, maybe you could give a little background in each one that I pull up. So here we go. Okay, here we go. Share screen. Oh, okay. Not yet. Bear with me. Gotta close one out. Okay. All right. I'm getting the hang of this, guys. No worries.
Sure.
Here we go. Share. Boom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I love this image. I love it.
Yeah. This is crazy. Can you explain this one? I mean, you can't explain it, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, like two spiritual figures, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And maybe it looks like a ectoplasm
Yes.
around.
Wrapped around them. Right.
Yeah, yeah,
That's crazy.
amazing. I love this. I really love this image.
Right. That's like, and you can see like almost like faces in the white.
Yeah, heavy face.
Yeah. My wife just texted me. She said, "Holy shit!" Excuse my language. Yeah. I would say that too. If I captured that, I wouldn't. I'd be at a loss for words. Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, that's real ectoplasma. That's not like ectoplasma from like Ghostbusters movie. This is
Yeah.
the real deal.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, cool. I'll show you guys another one. We're having a blast here. I'm like really excited to show everybody all that. All right. All right, we'll do this one next. Wow. Like this stuff is just amazing. Just really crazy. All right, here we go. Boom.
Yes. This is
That's crazy.
yeah.
Yeah, you can see like the whole head, the head, the nose, the eyes.
It looks like a girl.
Yeah,
Yeah. A young girl.
yeah. And it looks like she's holding
Yeah.
like
Something like
an object in her hand, holding it in front of her head.
Yes.
Almost looks like an old style coffee mug or candy
yeah.
kind of thing. So that's really awesome. I hope all of our viewers and listeners can see what we're seeing because this is great.
Yeah.
How long do you think? Before I share more stuff, we'll share more stuff throughout the conversation, of course.
Mhm.
How long do you think it took you guys to really start getting some really interesting captures to analyze that you really thought were from when the time you first started to the time that you really started getting stuff? How long do you think it took you in a roundabout way? How long?
I think maybe 3 years later,
Okay.
I start every day
Right.
search, because first 1 year is only
Hmm.
audio, and then I started with the Klaus Schreiber method.
Right.
But after about 3 years, start the images appear more and more uh, clear.
Yeah.
Uh,
Right.
because I said it's not magic.
Yeah. Right.
It's so much work, much effort in the research for um, this kind of image appear.
Yeah. Do
And
you,
the bridge is very important.
right.
The contact bridge
Right.
that
That was
start.
gonna be that was
Yeah,
gonna be my next question. Like,
yeah,
do
yeah.
you guys like converse as you do this, or like do you conversate with them, or do you kind of let like the video just roll on its own sometimes, or you have certain questions laid out and prepared, or
I would
No.
say there is a. We try to contact the bridge first
Mhm.
before start rolling the video.
Mhm.
During the time that the video rolls, we are in the lab, so we don't keep the video rolling and directly. So we believe we need to be there in the lab for the communication to happen.
Okay.
Okay, and typically we remain in the lab for how long? An hour,
Yeah, maybe.
an hour, an
Yeah,
hour, more or less an hour, just
Okay.
rolling the videos
yeah.
and
It's too much time.
experimenting, changing stuff here and there, maybe
Mhm.
changing some lights and things like that,
Right.
and always stopping and restarting. Yeah.
Mhm.
Right. Now, once I get my lab going and I start doing the stuff that you guys are doing, I can see myself doing it for more than an hour. I'd probably be doing it like 8 hours a day.
Yeah, but when I start this research, I forget the time, I forget everything
Yeah.
around me, and I stay only
Yeah.
focused in these results, and it's my life now.
Yeah. No, totally. Yeah. You have a passion for it.
It's my
And you
passion.
get, yeah, and you're getting amazing results, you know, because you have that passion and you stick with it, and the results are the result of that.
Yeah, yeah,
So, you should pat yourselves on the back. It's okay to do that once in a while, and kudos to you guys for such amazing work.
yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, no worries. Even some of our viewers and listeners are commenting in the chat. Lucia Rondon here says, "Incredible images. Congratulations, Simone. Your work is very important." Yeah, and then we had another person in here I showed earlier. Mortal Clown said, "If you haven't seen her channel, I really recommend it. Extraordinary captures both video and audio." So very nice comments by our viewers and listeners in there. Um, you
Thank
know, yeah, and I completely 100% agree with them. If you haven't seen their work, you guys do have a YouTube channel that people could follow, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, can you share that with everybody, or what's your YouTube channel name, or
But it's
TCI Seattle.
TCI Seattle.
okay, all right,
The
cool.
Yeah.
YouTube channel is TCI Seattle Simone Santos.
Okay,
This is for
cool,
YouTube channel.
nice,
And I have a website, www.tcseattle.com.
Yeah.
My website.
nice,
You,
For more information about technique, equipment, something like that.
yeah.
right,
So in the website we have all the
Mhm.
information about the method,
Yeah,
both the Kraus-Schreiber one and
the cross
the cross video
video
looping
feedback.
method.
Yeah.
We have information about equipment.
Mhm.
Okay. We have some images there. In fact, we have a lot of images there.
Yeah.
And we have the links for the YouTube video we also have a Facebook page and an Instagram page. Yeah.
Nice. And I also plan to, for our viewers and listeners that miss the live Strange Oddities podcast during the week, that if you listen another time, I will share all of your information, your website, all your social media. I will put it up on the Strange Oddities Facebook page as well.
Thank you.
Yeah. No worries. I do that for all my guests. If I can help in any way, push your or promote, what you're doing. I kind of feel obligated as the host to do that. Yeah. But yeah. So let's show a couple more pictures to everybody. I'll throw some more in here. All right. Let's do. All right. This one's crazy. Wow. I don't even know what to make of this one, but this one's like just, yeah, this is insane. I can't imagine how much you have. Like this is just the tip of the iceberg.
Yeah, this is wow, this is amazing. It's like two spirits.
Yeah.
Yeah, like one.
Yeah, you got one here.
Yeah.
And then it almost looks like they're holding a baby. Or no, actually, or like another person kind of leaning on them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly that I saw.
Yeah. Like one leaning on the other.
Yeah.
It kind of looks like the taller one is almost wearing almost like a suit or a tuxedo of some kind.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I agree.
Yeah.
A black suit.
Yes.
Yeah.
And an old style kind, because
those.
You can see the tie.
It's very common for us to get images from people, I would say in the 1800s, maybe sometimes 1700s, with those types of clothing, or even in the beginning of 1900s.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's very common.
Yeah.
Wow. That's crazy.
And also it's very common for us to get people on religious clothing.
Okay.
Like monks and priests and things like that. Yeah.
Wow. That's insane. What is the oldest time period that you think you ever got? Is it as far back as the 1700s, or do you think you got older, or?
No, I think it's about 1800s. Yeah, maybe.
Okay.
We identify more because of the hair. Sometimes the stylish of the hair or the type of the clothing. You see a lot of people from that time. Yeah.
Wow. That's cool.
Time machine, no?
Yeah, it's like a time machine.
Yeah, in a way, yeah, it is.
I see, yeah. And absolutely crazy. Great for me. Yeah, it's like.
Do you guys think that obviously there's so many theories we could talk about.
Yeah.
There's the multi-universe theory, other dimensions. Are we communicating with the past, present, and future? Do you guys think that you're getting stuff from any of those things other than spiritual? Do you think you're getting it from like multi-dimensions or any other thoughts or theories on your current work?
I have a theory,
okay,
but I'm not sure if she agrees with me. I have a theory that there are some spiritual dimensions or spiritual or some dimensions of conscience, right? Can be a multiverse or something similar. And those entities, they have the power to at least communicate back. We cannot reach to them, they reach to us. But that's just my personal theory. Like a good comics reader that I am, I prefer to believe on that.
This is more scientific thoughts.
And ideas from somewhere. Right?
I um, I
But
think
I don't
yeah,
know what you think.
they looks like in the old life maybe uh, they appears like it's the important for this kind of spiritus
Mhm.
show when stay here in the past, something like that. That's my theory. But in another dimension, yeah,
Yeah,
form beyond.
yeah. I mean, there are scientists that always discuss, science discuss other
Hmm.
dimensions and other
Yeah,
Yes.
possibility
yeah,
of multiverses and
yeah. It's
parallel universes,
Yeah.
mm-hmm.
you know, and maybe we're getting those images from those things. Who knows? We
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I. Yeah. It's
Yeah,
very possible.
yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. I mean, it's just unfortunately like what I like to kind of say in a way, like with our line of work and our research is we can't scientifically prove
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
these theories or ideas or but for now we can just discuss the theories and debate the ideas and we can speculate we can
yeah. It's so many
yeah, I know, but
speculations. Mm-hmm.
right, but I mean, the more I think what's important is the more data that we collect and the more information we collect
Yeah.
that we can build off of that and go in
Mm-hmm. I
the
totally.
direction that we want to go in as far as that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I agree.
Yeah,
I
Yeah,
agree.
yeah, yeah. I you can tell I've been doing this a while myself, so
And I
yeah.
can tell you something. The more the
Mm-hmm.
technology evolves,
yeah.
the more precise and the more accurate those images will
Mm-hmm.
come.
Oh yeah,
That's my theory.
Yeah.
yeah,
And over the past of those years, we changed a lot of equipment,
Mm-hmm.
and
yeah,
every time we invested in something newer,
yeah.
we also saw a bump in the quality of the images.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, because like technology as far as resolution and display goes, like
Mm-hmm.
we came out with 4K, now we're already into 8K. And,
Correct.
you
Mm-hmm.
know, a few years from now, who knows where we're gonna be at?
Yeah.
And also the signals, the interfaces, the processors,
Mm-hmm.
everything changes, everything
Mm-hmm.
evolves.
Yeah.
So I believe I I don't think I will be alive to see, but I'm pretty
Mm-hmm.
sure my grandchildren, when they
Yeah.
were old and they tried this
Mm-hmm.
experiment over the equipment, by that time they will have very good quality
Yeah. Result.
images, way
Right.
better than what we have
Yeah.
today with the
Yeah.
technology we
Same
have
there, I
today.
believe. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And in a way, what's cool is we'll be the founding fathers of that.
Mm-hmm.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Klaus Schreiber was the
Yeah.
founding
Yeah.
father for us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I always like to say too, like when I lecture and I talk at events and whatnot, I'm like, there are pioneers that are in this field like a long time ago, way before me and you and
Yeah.
before
Oh
we
yeah.
were even born. Like, there are people that have been, doing paranormal research like since like the time of the Enlightenment era. You know,
Yes. Agree.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
you know and so people always like hardcore skeptics put down a lot of the possibilities and ideas, and it's like, no, this stuff's been documented and well written about like many many moons ago before you were even in diapers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Agree. Yeah.
Yeah, so
Keep
but
moving.
Yeah.
yeah, no, I love video ITC. I'm glad I started getting into it, and I would love to stay connected with you guys and
Sure.
network with you,
Absolutely.
and keep me up to date with your
Will
current
Yeah.
do.
work.
We'll do.
Yep.
It's a pleasure.
Yeah, absolutely. I want to share a couple more photos before the
Sure.
end of the show.
Okay.
We do have a couple more that I haven't shown everybody. So let me get to the next one here. I didn't want to spoil it all at once. I wanted to. All right. Wow. That's all I can say is wow. Okay.
I love it.
Can you guys?
This,
Oh yeah,
wow.
I personally
Yeah.
love this one.
Yeah.
When I first
Yeah,
saw
when
this
you say
picture,
show.
I had some chills, and
Mhm.
I'm not sure if I slept on that night.
Yeah.
I,
I
I don't
remember.
think I would either.
But it is probably one of the best that we have.
Yeah.
It looks like a religious lady.
Mhm.
Not sure exactly what type of religion. At least that's how I see it. And I'll say it's one of the best that we have. What do you think?
Yeah.
Yeah. Religious figure,
A
right?
religious
Yeah, the
figure,
same
right?
that
Yeah.
you.
I would have to say.
Yeah, but interesting. The same.
Yeah, and she's holding like some sort of scepter,
Yeah.
or some object with
Mm.
her hand. So
Mhm.
yeah,
Wow. That's insane.
Yeah, and I show for the in my YouTube channel this video,
Yeah.
all frame by frame for this.
this formation.
Yeah.
Yeah. So those videos are literally the whole
Mhm.
capture.
Yeah.
Okay, and what we do is we go frame by frame on those videos and we capture only the pictures.
Mhm.
But we decided to publish the whole video
Yeah.
so the audience understands exactly what type of movie that we record that
Mhm.
form those spirits. Yeah.
That's good. I like that you do that. Yeah, because then you show more dialogue of how
For
the
the.
image started and how it
Yes.
Yeah,
starts
yeah.
to finish. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I
It's
try to post more this kind of videos for people say exact the moment that this kind of image appear.
yeah.
For validate this.
Yes. So it's a way to educate
Mm-hmm.
the audience,
Mhm.
right, on how those images come through.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. No.
implementation of the method
Yeah,
itself.
Yeah. Oh, I get you. We have a few more on here. I'll show everybody. Let's see. It's like, where do I even start? All right. Yeah, I didn't show this one yet. Okay. Here we go. Again, guys, those who are viewing and listening tonight live, these are just like, a few of their like amazing captures. And again, I can't imagine like what they have on file or stored. Like, I'd be there like I would be there for like a year.
Old woman in the another century.
Another example of an old woman in something maybe late 1800s.
Yeah.
I would say like Victorian era.
Yeah, Victorian. Yeah,
Victorian is
exactly.
exactly.
That's the
like,
exact term. Yeah.
Right. Wow. Yeah, that's cool.
And it looks like an old photograph.
Yeah.
An old picture from that used to be taken with those old cameras of the time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I can see that.
Old family pictures of that time. Yeah.
Wow. That's crazy. All right, let's see what else we got in here before we. Oh, this is cool. All right. Have you guys ever? I know one of the things that Klaus Schreiber did, which I thought was also amazing, was he was able to somehow find the picture of the deceased person when they were living and compared the images of actual photos of them of the images that he captured through his equipment. I don't know even how you do that.
There are so many in my YouTube channel. The identify ITC person,
Oh,
uh,
okay.
and I help so many moms.
Yeah.
Uh, uh,
Yeah, so we have
yeah.
this work of identification. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
but in this case, it's more of a recently deceased person that
Yeah.
family members want to make
Mm-hmm.
sure they are alive and they are well wherever they are.
Yeah.
So we have this work that we did with many
Mm-hmm.
moms. It's a
Yeah.
rare phenomenon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very phenomenal.
It requires a lot of work because
Mm-hmm.
those are the type of phenomena that requires not only the video capturing but also
Also,
the
the
audio
audio. Yeah.
capturing and a strong connection with the bridge
Mm-hmm.
to make sure the deceased person is the person
Yes.
that we
Yeah.
think it is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, and yes, we have that. Yeah,
Wow. Yeah,
Yeah.
because it's let me just say to our listeners and viewers that it is extremely rare to get a
Yeah.
full name of somebody that is deceased
Mm-hmm.
to come through EVP and or ITC devices, whatever you're using. But when you do get names, sometimes just like first name, sometimes just last name. So it's so hard to really narrow down who exactly you're communicating with unless they describe to you exactly their full name all at one time. But to me, that's a rare phenomenon because it's like,
Yeah. Very hard.
yeah, very rare because it takes a lot of
Mm-hmm.
energy for them to even communicate in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
yes, correct.
Yeah, that's the reason that I need to post in my YouTube some
Mhm.
case
Yeah,
because it's not much, but it's important people see that this phenomenon is real.
yeah,
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 and it
absolutely.
happened, but
Right.
it is very hard.
Yeah. Um. Okay. Let me see what else we have here. I don't think I showed all of these yet. Um. Yeah. I think I did show that one. All right. Hang on. Uh. Oh, this one's cool. This one has like multiple in one. Uh, Here we go.
yes,
This multiple experience
Yeah, like
can
multiple.
yeah, in this image. It's
Yeah. It's
amazing,
like
amazing image.
I can count. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe
Yeah,
5.
so many trying
Yeah,
to appear.
yeah, that's insane.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, we're lucky to even get one image, but yeah, you got like a whole slew of them in there.
it's like the same picture. Oh, it's tiny and try to in the same
Yeah,
frame. I really love this. It's
yeah,
yeah,
very
that's cool. Very cool. The one thing I got once, something with multiple figures. I
Mhm.
was doing my research, and I captured a frame of several people like standing in a line, and
Oh,
you could
interesting.
see like the outline of the figure, but they were all like standing in a row. So I don't know if it was maybe the same figure
Mhm.
that just kind of looped over and over, or
Yeah,
if it was just multiple figures
and maybe
along with that one. I couldn't tell,
Mhm.
but I was like, so that's what got me hooked on this one, knowing that I could get something like that, and then knowing that if I work on it more, then I'm gonna even get better at it. The more consistency that I do with this method, and you know, um,
yeah, but it's
it,
possible.
I love it.
Yeah, I love it too.
yeah, and we get a lot of those type,
Yeah.
not with so many like that
Mm-hmm.
picture, but we get a lot of images with two, maybe three figures
Yeah.
in one
And
single
one
image, and one
inside
inside the
the
other.
other, this is
Yeah, so
really
it's
amazing.
yeah,
When I
yeah,
Yeah, yeah. So that's again like when people first look at these things, they're gonna say, "Is that a photograph?" It's not just a photograph; it's a still image of a video. That's
Yeah,
what.
Yes,
correct.
yes,
Correct.
yeah.
Yeah.
I have the same question all the time. Is a photograph photo? No, no,
No.
no. The professional photographer knows that this kind of picture is not a photo.
Right.
Something like
Yeah,
no.
Yeah. Yeah.
it's literally a frame
Yeah, a
image of
snapshot
the
of
video.
the
So
video.
yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Exactly. Yep. Well, I can't believe what you shared with us tonight. With those, captures were just. I'm amazed. At a loss for words with the amount of work that you guys are involved with. I'm really. I hope you guys continue this research because, you
Thank
know,
Thank you so
it,
much.
it is important because you guys are getting great results, and I really do
Mhm.
hope that you stick with what you're doing. And I commend you guys like greatly for what you do, and you have my respect.
Thank you so much. This is
But
great to me and
Yeah.
Luis for
Yeah.
continuing this research. It's
True.
very
True.
important for us.
Yes.
yeah,
This encouragement.
yeah, absolutely. And if I can promote it, I will. Absolutely,
Thank you so
100%.
much.
But is there anything coming up that you like to share? Like, do you guys do events? Do you go out in the field at all, or do you have anything else you'd like to share with our viewers and listeners before we part our ways tonight?
No, we don't do events.
Mhm.
We try to just do our images and publish them and try
Mhm.
to advertise the work. So the more people understand, our
Mhm.
dream is that everybody believes that
Yeah.
there is something beyond death. Death is
Mhm.
not the end.
It is an illusion, in my
Yes.
opinion.
And basically, the whole motivation for this
Mhm.
work is to give this hope to people,
Yeah.
for those
Yeah.
who are close to their
Mhm.
time, or for those who lost people they love.
Loves one.
So yeah,
Nice.
yeah,
I like to think of the analogy of when a caterpillar changes into a butterfly.
yes,
Like that's how I feel how life is. Like we go from one form over to the next. And,
yes,
we can't scientifically prove where we go after that, but if we continue collecting this type of data like you guys collect, uh, maybe one day
Mhm.
science will open that Pandora's door and say, yes, there is a lot more to
yeah.
life after
Yeah,
death.
I hope so.
I hope
I
so.
hope.
Yeah,
That's my goal.
that's a lot of our goals. Yeah, but no, really, tremendous work. I really hope everybody here tonight enjoyed looking at some of the photographs and images that you shared with us. Just amazing again. Stay with us before I say our goodbyes with my listeners. Don't hang up. We'll say our goodbyes after,
Sure.
if you don't
Mhm.
mind. Just hang out and wait. You have anything else to say to our viewers and listeners?
Visit our website
Yeah.
www.tciseattle.com.
Mhm.
Our channel in YouTube, TCI Seattle,
Mhm.
Simone Santos,
Yeah.
where you will find all those videos.
Mhm.
And yeah,
And I really appreciate this invitation.
yeah,
Believe me, it's very important for us
Yeah.
and our research
true.
for this opportunity. Thank you so much.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah, don't hang up. So stay with me.
We'll,
Okay.
okay.
Okay. Quick few words with my viewers and listeners. I hope everybody enjoyed our guests tonight, Mr. Brian and Simone Santos from Brazil. They're in the Seattle, Washington area. Guys, again, visit their website, promote their work because what they do is just amazing. I was just so grateful to have them on the show tonight and able to share their evidence with you guys. which is rare for the Strange Oddities podcast to come across individuals that are willing to share their work on the actual show. So that was a treat for the viewers and listeners tonight. I want to thank all those who participated in the chat tonight. Thank you for all your kind comments and statements about our listeners. Thank you so much for tuning in. This has been a great show tonight. Guys, next week we have a special date and time for Strange Oddities podcast. We have a guest. His name is Pastor Ryan Speakman. He's an author. We're going to talk about a scary topic, but I think is an important topic and an interesting one that we all fear, which is the end times, which is in the Bible, prophecy, Revelation, the rapture. He wrote some books. He's got a series of books out that he's a Christian that kind of explained in such a really awesome way for the average reader to understand Revelation and the rapture and the end times, and to have a easier way of connecting with that with people of today. Because let's face it, the Bible is hard to read. It's hard to understand. There's a lot of metaphorical things in there. Very difficult read if you don't know anything about the Bible. But there's a lot of information about Revelations and all that stuff on the internet, so you can look that up. You can look up the rapture. But Pastor Ryan Speakman will be our guest next Wednesday, which I believe is April 13th at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. So that'll be next week, Wednesday. After that, I'm on vacation. I can't wait. I'm on vacation. Yay. All right, guys, we're going to play our video here. And I want to thank all of our listeners and viewers for listening to tonight's Strange Oddities podcast. And I hope you enjoyed the new video I put together, guys. So here you go.